so they finally showcased the Magic Archer in their latest Vocation spotlight, and we have a lot to talk about. From the first game we know that we can target multiple enemies with our magic bow, but here it looks like we can switch between single target and multiple target mode in combat. We also see a new supportive skill here that can revive fallen allies. This skill looks similar to the explosive bolts we had in the first game, but here it explodes on impact, which is a big improvement. Here we see the threefold bolt in action again, and this time around it looks like our Seekers will continuously attack the target before it dissipates. Ricochet Hunter is returning, and it's great to see that they've added a visual aid for how long it will take to charge up our skills here. Lastly, they showcase this majestic skill with a huge area of effect that completely knocks down the Griffin. Now let's take a closer look at the important changes here, starting with the first clip. We see here that the different targeting modes are indicated by our targeting sigil showcased in this first clip fighting the Griffin. On the left we see the sigil for multiple targets, and on the right we have single target mode. In the first game the Magic Archer had access to only two supportive skills, Bracer and Ward Arrows, and this clip suggests they are turning this vocation into a more supportive role on the battlefield, with the ability to revive, strengthen and heal allies. I believe the offensive skills we see here have more of a tactical advantage in combat rather than pure damage like we saw in the first game. The explosive firebolt we see here is actually a huge improvement to our fire-based skill from the first game. The way explosive bolt functioned was that it would shoot out bolts of fire that would attach itself to a target or surface, but it would only explode when struck with a physical attack. That meant you needed to get into melee range, which would put you at a disadvantage in combat. Here it explodes on contact, and on top of that it gives you the ability to steer the bolt like we could with Great Gamble and the Ranger vocation. Here we see another mechanic showcased. It looks like we initially have 8 indicators charged up ready to fire, but as we shoot the first volley of bolts, these small yellow markers gets reduced to 3. It's very hard to notice since it all goes so fast in this short clip, but the last 2 shots are just basic attacks, and it looks like we now are able to shoot up to 3 bolts at the same time, giving us greatly improved crowd control. I didn't see much new in Ricochet Hunter, but what is new is of course the animations, which again looks amazing, and you can really feel like you're conjuring up magic with force here. The last skill is the massive area of effect here. That reminds me of the Hunter Bolt that allowed up to 10 foes to be targeted at once. I'm glad that even the most powerful skills have shorter charge times in the sequel. It's something we have seen in the other magical vocations as well, and it's great to see further improvements like this that makes combat even more engaging than the first game.